Thank you, Madam President. Am I in order for a point for the second time?
You are in order.
We used to do that in the House, Senator. We used to say, right, I apologize for rising for the second time. We don't do that in the Senate, and so we can rise as many times as we want to rise. One of the things that I wanted to point out as a point of information, Senator Garrett, I think Senator Hogue was trying to make this point, was that there were 12 positions that were eliminated under the layoff restructuring of September 1, 2011. But there were 7 that related to contract management or project management, and those were your professional engineers and architects and professional group that were outsourced. And so since then, I've got a new org chart, and it looks like the 3 positions are doing the work of the 7 positions that were eliminated, but all the other positions have been refilled by various people, all of them being filled by an unadvertised hiring process of just hiring their friends. You know, I read with some interest that the governor was disappointed that he hasn't been able to hire more minorities in state government. And so I went to the EEOC site for the state of Iowa just to kind of see what our hiring pattern was for EEOC, and the DAS site that's maintained by Governor Branstad and his Department of Management under the direction of Mike Carroll and DAS. I pulled up the EEOC statistics to see how many minorities, women and minorities have been hired, and learned that there was no statistics that have been kept under the Branstad administration. All the statistics on the website were the Culver administration's hiring of women and minorities. So it doesn't surprise me, because the Branstad administration aren't even advertising the jobs that they're filling, these high-paying crony positions. And I say that with all sincerity after studying the backgrounds of the people that were hired and some of the clandestine ways that they were approached about these jobs, and the fact that some of them had job offers before the layoff even occurred. And so I think we've got some real problems. As a former human resource professional, I can tell you the state ought to have their EEOC numbers up to date, and they ought to be on their website. And you shouldn't pull up their website and look at the Culver administration's hiring of women and minorities to try to understand what's happening in state government. So we have a systematic problem in state government. But you know, the taxpayer dollar is something that we're all concerned about, Senator Garrett, and I'm just reviewing the most recent data that came in from the nonpartisan Legislative Fiscal Bureau. And since the September 1st massacre of all those employees, there has been, for the purposes of project management and for the purposes of putting out for bid what was formerly done internally as the owner's representatives, now that we went to this new system of contracting, we have spent $11,757,411. $11,757,411. So, what we need to determine now is, out of this $11 million that has been spent on outsourcing of contract management, we need to determine whether that was a good value for the taxpayer dollar. I think we do care about the taxpayer dollar. I think we care about how these jobs are filled in state government. And I can tell you that if the tables were turned, and this was a Democratic administration, and these positions were being filled by political cronies, and we were taking out merit employees and reclassifying them at will and firing them at will for no reason, when their job performance was outstanding, I can't help but believe people wouldn't be squealing like castrated pigs. I just can't help but believe that. So I'm here to tell you that we have a job to do, and we're not going to apologize for doing the job. And we're going to take as long as we need to uncover the facts, and we're going to get to the bottom of this. And when we put forward legislation, it will be thoughtful, and it will cover the areas that we're most concerned about. Thank you very much.